why did you and your ex break up?
I got my dream job and I said bye.
So you got your dream job and you said bye?
Yeah.
What is it that you see that the women out here have in common that makes you feel like, no, I can't be with her like that?
Women are looking for a vibe. They're not looking for actual relationships. They're looking for a sponsor. They're looking to be a financial liability instead of a asset. Yeah, all this taking a vibe and the hookahs and taking trips. What we doing?
Give them equality and look at what they turn into.
Many women have very unrealistic financial expectations from men. So many women have this pipe dream, this fantasy of living the upper middle class American life where they stay at home with their 2 kids in a beautiful 5-bedroom house and they drive a white Tahoe or Yukon or Wagoneer for $100,000+ and they live this beautiful lifestyle. They have their husband's credit card and they can swipe it for whatever they want, Botox, hair, nails, shopping, etc. They're just living the good life all on his dime. And that's great. I really hope the best for all of you. But you know how unrealistic that is? This man would need to make at least $300,000 a year for you guys to live comfortably doing every single thing that I listed. Most of you will still force this lifestyle on this man who's making probably $100,000 a year and he's struggling. He has to do everything financially, probably will have a heart attack from the stress, and you're in so much freaking debt living this fake lifestyle that just makes absolutely no sense. When in reality, a lot of you can just get a freaking job because a lot of you already have advanced degrees, but you just don't want to work, or you need to lower your expectations. But again, who wants to do that? Just get a freaking job and contribute and help. But a dual income is a lot easier to live that lifestyle than to force it on someone else. So have realistic expectations going into a marriage. So either marry really, really rich, get a freaking job, or lower your expectations.
And the worst part? Even if a man does give her all this, there's a chance it'll still never be enough for her.
When women make their own money, the last thing they want to do is support a man. Last thing they want to do is support a man.
Believe it or not, no. When women make good money, they don't. When women make money, they don't need a man because they make enough money. They have support.
Okay, repeat that sentence again.
When women make enough money, they don't really need a man.
Okay,
because
say
they
that
can
one more
take
time
care.
again.
When
women make what? What did you say? When women
they
make money?
enough money, they really don't need a man.
You do understand your sentence just defeated your entire argument, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. But that's what I'm saying. You said women cannot be able to fight off or fend for the household if they couldn't pay rent. But here's the thing: does a man have to work harder, or does the woman have to work harder?
First, I said if a man can't provide, a woman's going to get rid of him. Then you said, oh no, but women can make their own money.
She was so busy trying to respond that she didn't even understand what he was saying. She literally proved his point.
Oh, I am so excited to talk about this one because I've been feeling this way for a long time. Something that I think that women have so successfully caught on to that men have not is that what you need to understand is that the advent of social media and the mass reach of the internet and the mass reach of people that are considered the hottest of the hot, the most intelligent, the most skilled, the most talented, the most athletic, the skinniest, the whatever, the most desirable in any way, we all now have access to what that looks like. And that makes us desire those people, whether it's the people that sing really well or the people that run really fast, the people that look really good, the people that talk really well, the people that have the most degrees, whatever it is, they become desirable to us in one way or another. Women have met that curve. Women work hard to look good, to educate themselves, to have hobbies, to have interests, to be able to speak on topics that they might not actually care much about, but because they know people around them might. And men have not. I'm not saying all men, but I am saying that men have not met this curve, and they are then shocked why women suddenly have higher standards. We see it left and right when men are like, oh, women only want this certain type of man, and it's not real. Well, the problem is you don't actually look at what people want, and you don't actually try to meet any of these standards. There are some valid critiques that men can have. Like, you can be bothered when women say, I want someone that's 6'7" or taller. Because let's be honest, most of you are not. But also, you're not listening when most women say they don't care. And even if you heard all the women band together and say that, you would still say they're lying. So I'm not going to entertain that argument. But most of these men do not try to learn about the interests of women. They don't try to learn about what topics women talk about. They don't try to learn about how to better take care of themselves, better hygiene, better conversation, better manners. And then they are shocked when women talk online about what they could have, what they don't have, what they want, and what they will accept. And then they understand that there is more out there than the local loser that refuses to even take them on a date. So suddenly men are crying in the corner about how no women want them. And women are saying, I have this standard. And women make themselves skinny. They take care of their skin. They have the best clothes. They go thrifting. They try new hobbies. They learn new things. They cater to the internet humor. They adapt. Men do not. And then when men are expected to, they view it as some form of discrimination. They see it as see women are on top. And that's where that incel culture comes from. No, women are reading the room and they are seeing what is desired and they run with that. And it's not fair. I don't think it's fair. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, but women are doing that. That is the reason why I believe you will look around and see more women that are beautiful than men that are attractive. Not because these men don't have potential. I see some of those fugly dudes that have the potential of a star, but they don't try. They don't try to make themselves more intellectually interesting. They don't try to learn about anything I'm interested in, no matter how much we talk. They don't try and maintain their appearance. They don't try any of this. But then they will also turn around and expect the Livy Dunns of the world. And these women will meet these standards, but those men will not meet theirs. So these women will look amazing. They will be smart. They will be funny. They will be interesting. These men will not be any of those things. And then the men say, oh, women only want this certain type of man. You're right. And you're not trying to reach that. And that's why you will not be picked. It's a hard conversation to have. And of course, it's not every man. There are so many men that I have seen that are very much on that upper curve. And then in the comments, I've seen men saying, oh, the females will like this post, that kind of thing. The other day, I saw a guy posting about how he was at the No Kings protest. And all the comments were, oh, you think you're going to get bitches from this? Oh, you think the girls are going to like you from this? Maybe he just believes in that. And even if, he probably will. And you still won't. Hate that about the world. You can be mad about that. But you can't say that some aren't trying and that you are. Because we see that you're not. And that's why you're failing, and that's why you're bitter.
It's not men crying over the internet about this stuff. Men have just quietly checked out. It's women who keep whining and crying. Men don't want them. Men don't court them like before, and so on. So the problem really is that women advertise themselves all the time and their problems and their standards, just like in this video. Keep waiting for your 6-foot Prince Charming. Men will not adapt where they can never be enough.
All right. This is for my 87% male viewers. I have seen so much about men complaining about how high of standards women have. And I saw a TikTok today that really perfectly captures it. I reposted it, so go check it out. But this guy was basically saying that women no longer need financial security for men, so they're seeking things like personality. They're seeking things like emotional maturity, like how you show affection, like how you handle conflict. And back in the good old days that everyone likes to romanticize, when women couldn't have bank accounts, so they literally had to rely on a marriage in order to survive, women weren't afforded the choice of being able to choose someone based off their personality or character. So if they were stuck in a shitty marriage, they had to stay in it in order to survive. All of this is to say is that women no longer are just looking for how much money you're making. And I feel like that's what people get caught up on. Oh, well, I make this amount and I make 6 figures and I can be financially secure and blah, blah, blah. Me too, babe. I've been doing it since I was 16. And guess what? I've gotten to pay my own bills, pay off debt, start a savings, and I've gotten to travel the world on my dime. And so the reason I have high standards for my dating life is because I know what I can provide for myself. And I know I can provide myself a very happy life. What I look for when I'm dating someone, right, is emotional maturity. I'm looking for someone that handles issues well, that doesn't explode with anger at any minor inconvenience. I look for someone with the capacity to have intelligent conversations with, to debate things with, to have differing opinions with, and either come to a compromise or agree to disagree. And so my question to you that are wondering the same thing of why do women have such high standards is, what do you bring to the table other than money?
Personality equals 6 feet or taller.
It always makes me laugh whenever guys are like, let me guess, what are you looking for? 6'2", millionaire, 6-pack, and never cheats on you? Like, why are you so triggered by it? I think men that have a problem with women having standards for guys are lazy men. Like, I get it. There is way, way more things beyond that. I mean, that's not even on my list of things that are important in finding a partner. But why wouldn't somebody want somebody that takes care of themselves? Somebody that is ambitious and successful. Like, why not? It doesn't mean that that's the most important thing. I think that finding somebody that has the desire and ability to grow is important. Like, I love the idea of finding somebody that's like already hustling and trying to make things happen, and then you guys accomplish it together. The men out there that have a problem with women having high standards are just lazy and don't want to put in the work. They just want to be overweight. So yeah, I also agree, if you're going to have high standards, then be those high standards too. If you want a man that's going to be successful, is going to be fit, is going to be loyal, is going to be this and that, you be a superstar too. You be that person that you want. But don't be a man making fun of women because they have high standards. Just because you're not going to fit those standards does not mean that you have to go and make fun of them for wanting a good partner.
Yes, please have high standards and know that we will never be able to meet them.
Pest control, who called about rats?
Pussy. I hate videos like this because it doesn't even give you really any context. So we're going to provide two different kinds of context. If you are setting your standards super high and they are completely unrealistic, of course a guy's going to give up because he knows that you're going to be hard to please because it's not even a realistic standard for him to actually legitimately reach. But if you legitimately have high standards for yourself because of what you can provide in a relationship and you're looking for the same thing from a partner and they give up, that means they were just not at your same wavelength. And that is completely okay. It's when you're completely sabotaging the relationship to have high standards just to watch him fail for your amusement that it's wrong. It's also super abusive because of the psychology games that you're playing on the poor kid. But if like you have high standards and they give up because they can't reach them, they just aren't your cup of tea and that's fine. So have reasonable high standards, like the quality of character you want in a person and be able to give that. If they're unrealistic, you gotta go.
A keeper for sure, this one.
There's women out there that will walk away from a good man talking about, oh, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on.
Facts.
Like, that is, you know how fatuous and name that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress. And you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse. And that is feminine manipulation and abuse. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
Equal rights until the bill comes.
It's easier.
I think a lot of women don't understand that and their dynamic between a man and themselves, that they're takers a lot of the time. So that's another reason I don't want to hang out with you, because I'm always in the red when I'm hanging out with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even like a pleasurable experience like that. Like, goddamn, I always got to spend. I always got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that would make me look at a woman is like different and like kind of put her in a different is her willingness to try to save me money.
Yes,
now,
sir.
So like, I give you an example. Like, we go out and be like, how much that is?
You ain't gotta get that. Yeah.
I was like, I may still get it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you go. We live. We turn it up.
I done made a mental note.
Because she's considerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made a mental note. She fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with her. But when you just cool, run that shit up. Run it up. Then you're not really considerate of me, so I probably won't want to hang around you that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? After a little bit, I'm expecting you to try to be a little bit considerate of me. Come on now. Like, you know,
your fifth lemon drop? Your fifth lemon drop?
God damn, you on mud like that.
I went to the liquor store. I could have got you your bottle.
Exactly. And then the illest shit of it is because we know financially, it's just stupid. It's not about somebody being broke. It's just stupid. Like, we could really, if you really just want to drink, we can really just get a bottle.
Come on.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are we getting $20 drink, $20 drink, $20 drink? We done already bought the bottle.
Most women are not long-term thinkers, unfortunately. No wonder men are done.
Every day I open this app and I watch another young woman try to influence other young women to rely on men for financial independence and security. And I just shake my head no. What are we doing? Every single one of those videos that's like how we split our finances, if the man isn't paying for everything, the comments are all like, girl, get out of there. Girl, he should be paying for everything. Wait, what? Like, wait, what? This is dangerous to be influencing young women to rely on men for their financial security and independence. It's actually not good. Like, we need to be influencing young women to stay in school, to become financially literate, read books about women and financial literacy, to invest their money up, to be comfortable saying that they want to earn and they want to be financially successful and be rich. Like, men do that all the time, but it's so taboo if women do it. What I want to be influencing young women to do is to get to a place where one day when they have children, the kids will go to school and they'll get mommy's money allegations, saying mommy's money. But what I'm trying to suggest is when I open this app and I see a bunch of people subliminally and also explicitly influencing young women to rely on men for money, I'm like, hold the fucking phone. When did we get here? Wait, when did we get here? You never know what's gonna happen. I wanna have my own money. I wanna earn my own money. I wanna get educated. I wanna be disgustingly educated, and I never want a man in control of what I can and cannot spend. Period, end of fucking story. Even if he's the love of your life, I don't care, babes. You gotta make your own money. You have to, and you have to get educated. Work toward those mommy's money allegations, okay? Please, 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 please. Literally every time I see one of those videos, it's like, we split rent 50-50 because we make the same, and it's people being like, he should be paying for the whole thing. Why? Why? Literally, why? Do not let men control your finances. Do not let men control you by way of, in financial ways. Like, that can become a form of manipulation and control and abuse. Financial abuse. There's a such thing. We've got to get in line.
Listen, women, it's important for you to look out for yourself. You know, the reason why I'm saying this is women, when you fall in love, it's like you don't think with your brain anymore. You fall in love and you dive all in. Even when you can see that the person that you're in love with is not in love with you. With their actions, the way they treat you, the way they behave, you know that they're not in love with you, but you're diving straight in and you're giving it your all. You're pouring everything in this man, but you're not even pouring in yourself. You don't have anything to your name. You're dependent on him. Some of you are staying at home, stay-at-home mom for a man that is not even legally married to you. You've moved in with a man that is not married to you. You're dependent on him. It's important as a woman for you to empower yourself. And when I say empower yourself, I'm talking about financial security. Every woman should have something doing. You should have something that you're doing. And if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're a wife, that's beautiful. But make sure you also have access to that account. I would hate for you to lose out. I would hate for you to get hurt. I would hate for anything bad to happen in your marriage, but this is life. Things happen. Nothing is guaranteed. Empower yourself. Get something doing. Something small. Online business. Whatever you do. Make sure you're doing something. Make sure you have money set aside for you. Just in case.
Exactly, it's 2025. Stop leeching on men already.
There's a lot of people who are stuck in the 50s when families looked like mom, dad, and kids, and the dads worked and the women took care of the house and the kids, and that was the prescriptive norm. I mean, it was never always that way. There were plenty of families where two parents worked. Happened all the time. Generally not what you saw on TV, but it was very real in the lower working class and in families living in poverty. But that's beside the point. We think of the nuclear family, that's what we think of. So today, we know 55% or more of households with two parents have both parents working. So that means the majority of homes that are heterosexual, mom and a dad, have both parents working and earning money toward the family income. But there is, and I don't want us to ignore this, there is a cultural breadwinner burden that falls on men. And that is not to say, oh, poor men. It's to be realistic. And that breadwinner burden hurts men and women. Okay? It's bad for everybody. Basically, this is what it says. Breadwinner burden is if everything goes wrong, the man will always work. If everything goes right, the man will still always work. If the family doesn't have enough money, culturally, that's the man's fault. So I'm not saying every family that is heterosexual, feels this burden, but that is the expectation. If the woman says, I'm going to stay home with my kids, people applaud that. Even if there's not a whole lot of money in the family, then they look at the man and they say, why can't you earn more? That's breadwinner burden. Now, that breadwinner burden is not an excuse for men to say, like, you ladies don't understand what it's like to have financial pressure. Yeah, we do, because a huge majority of us are single head of household parents. A huge majority of us know exactly what that's like, right? There's also a lot of families where the wives have to earn more than their husbands so that their family can stay afloat. There's a big diversity out there, but the cultural expectation and the shame placed upon men who can't earn enough shows that here in capitalism, a man's value is what he can provide to his family. Are women putting that on men? Sometimes, but it's mostly men putting that on other men. And that's the nuance that we don't want to miss, because all in all, it harms everybody. It keeps men not doing housework, even when their wives are earning more money than them, even when their wives are working full-time job. It also is part of the reason why we have such a skyrocketing high rate of suicide among men. So, something worth considering.
As soon as a woman is dependent on a man financially completely, it's downfall from there. My darling, don't make this relationship mistake that will ruin your life forever. Let me teach you this and change your life. As a woman, oftentimes you will see on the internet, the provider mindset, men providing for women, is preached by people, okay? But let me tell you one thing. When a woman is completely financially dependent on a man and she has nothing for herself, it is actually not nice at all. Because not every man is a true provider, a true gentleman who loves her woman. Some men use the finances, the financial, dependency as a way of keeping a woman in a toxic marriage or relationship. You need to see if your man is truly a gentleman who wants to provide for you, wants to spoil you, wants to take care of you, or is he using that as a tool of keeping you inside his cage so you don't have anything to do, and even for 10 pounds or 10 rupees, whatever that is, you have to beg him for the money, and you're almost tied in the relationship because you can't do anything. You have nothing. So my biggest advice is, I always say a provider man is the best kind of man you should have, the mindset, not the riches. I have many videos you can go down and see what I mean by that. But also have something for yourself. It could be a business, it could be a hobby that you're selling things, it could be doing work, it could be anything that gives you a financial independency, that you can keep that money for yourself in your good, bad, ugly days. Even for buying something for yourself, you don't have to always ask your man for it. Because I truly believe a man spoiling you should be something that makes you happy, not something that you're dependent on for doing your bare minimum basics every day, my darling. So don't make this relationship mistake. Have some financial independency, and you'll always see that the man treats you better, or even the best, because he knows you can walk away. You're not dependent on him, but you like it when he spoils you.
Thanks to women like her, maybe we will come across less entitled women in dating. But for now, men are done with modern women and their unrealistic standards. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal, link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.